Am I on now? Hi! Hello everyone! Hello! Coming to you today from Sedona, Arizona. So I have been away, as you know. I haven't really been making these videos for a while because I was in Bali doing the Bali Spirit Festival, and then immediately, pretty much the next day I flew home and got stuck in LA for an extra day because I misunderstood hey Susan, hi! I miscalculated when I was going to arrive in LA, so it took me a little while to get myself back home, but here I am in my office in Sedona. Hey Joe, welcome! And so I'm very excited to come to you today after many days away. Hi Wayan, good to see you, virtually. So over here it is, what time is it? It's 4:34 in the afternoon. So you're seeing the afternoon sunlight come in through my office window and the wall behind my desk here. And I've been meditating on many possible topics I can talk about today. Most of them came from the previous video where I asked, what are your burning questions? And some of you shared what a convenient time was for you, which was this time for me to continue to bring things forward. Oh, you can't hear me. Okay. Let me just see here. How about you and Wayan, Joe? Can you guys hear me? Let me see. Let me turn up my volume here. Let's see. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Can you hear me? Hello? Can you hear me? Hello? I'm going to turn off this Facebook on my computer too. Let's see. Can you hear me? Hello? Can you hear me? Hi Gina. Okay, great. So you can hear me. Okay, good. All right. So let's do this again. So here I am back after many days of traveling. Thanks, Wayan, for letting me know. Thanks, Susan. I did the Bali Spirit Festival, then traveled home, got stuck in LA. Now here I am. I slept here one night and got some work done today. Great. Thanks, Joe. And so I've been meditating. I've been sitting here for the last 30 minutes or so meditating on a bunch of questions from my last video where I asked, what is your burning question? And actually only one of you replied to that, which was Susan. And Susan, you shared some great questions, and I know you've actually addressed one of them in your own videos. Hey Annette, hi, coming to you from your neighborhood here in Sedona. So I want to bring these questions forward, and then I want to tune into my own guidance, and I want to see if there's a connecting thread or which one needs to be addressed most presently. And I also have a topic of my own I would like to talk about, but it may need to wait for another time. So let me go through them first so you know what, those of you who are coming, thank you Annette, it's good to be back. Those of you who watch this later, you know what's coming. So the questions are, wake-up calls, how to have the courage to take action, or how to use wake-up calls as a way to get aligned or self-growth and taking action. Then there's also, how do you let go and let life flow? And then, how do you stay grounded in your life purpose? And I'm paraphrasing these questions. Hey Sari, hi! And then the other topic that I might talk about, which was what initially arose for me, is other people's energy. How to manage your own energy field, your own energetic sovereignty when you're in big public places like traveling for 30 hours in airports, as I just went through. So I have an acronym, OPE, Other People's Energy. And it's something that I've developed some tools around that I have used to help me manage my own energy. And in a way that really reflects back to these other things, particularly trusting and letting life flow and staying grounded in my life purpose. But what I want to do right now is I want to just take a moment, if you will allow me, if you'll stay with me here for a few moments while I tune in and just take a few breaths and connect with these questions, with my own guidance, with a card that I've pulled here that I haven't shared with you yet, and notice what's important for me to bring forward at this time. Hey, Janana, hi from Sedona. Hope to be welcoming you and Mia here in the autumn. Okay, but now I'm going to take a moment here and bring my energy down and connect. Staying grounded in life purpose is the first thing that's arising. And there are two ways that I want to address this. The first is when we know what our life purpose is. So this question was brought forward by Susan last week, I think, Susan. And I know that you are very aligned with your considerable toolbox of healing modalities and tools, and you know you're a master of your craft, and you've brought on some other supplemental tools that you're also beginning to master. So in a way, there's a sense in which you know what your life purpose is. And it's a service, healing, therapeutic service. And I want to just shelve that knowing for a moment to address this in the other way, which is for people who don't necessarily know their life purpose, or who maybe think they know their life purpose, but are actually just developing a skill for the greater purpose. So, let me just get connected with this. Ultimately, all of us, our life purpose is to experience life and to grow. And if we look at this from the non-dualistic perception, which means that there is no other, there is no opposite, everything out there is being created in here, then life purpose is what we define it to be. And so those of us who are light workers, who are star seeds, who are here to make a difference, obviously we are here to bring light and to grow and to heal and to add value and to support our other brothers and sisters on the planet, even if when we look at it from non-dualism, everything out there, all our brothers and sisters that we may want to help, are actually reflections of us, which is a pretty high metaphysical concept. But just if you can hold that for a moment and just consider the possibility that life purpose is what you define it to be. And so I can speak for myself in saying that my purpose has been to help women and some men, really help all of my sisters and brothers, although I work primarily with women, to empower themselves. So I see empowerment as something that is generated from within with the support and tools of others. It is not in my power to empower you, but it is in my power to learn, to grow, to tune into myself, to gather guidance, wisdom, and knowledge, and share it with my skills and abilities in a way that helps you heal and clear and claim more personal power from within. So that overarching, or that umbrella mission, help women empower themselves, has manifested in a number of ways. It's manifested as a feminist teacher and student and then teacher. It's manifested as a martial arts instructor. It's manifested, thank you, Peter. It's manifested as a spiritual teacher now and a retreat leader. It's manifested as a NLP healer and practitioner and a tarot reader, astrologer. So those are the different modalities, and I've used them and woven them in different ways. So, but the overarching life purpose is to help others empower themselves. And even as a professional writer, developing my writing skills, there was a point at which I sort of lost the thread of my life purpose by becoming a writer and thinking, all right, well, I just want to make money because I'm sick of being broke and struggling. And I lost the life purpose and going for the money and going for the career or the shingle or the professional name, copywriter or professional writer or marketer. And that set me off track. So what was it that set me off track? Well, it was fear. It it was worrying about money and survival and all of that stuff, then I didn't stay grounded in my life purpose because I got panicked. I got panicked about debt. I had a divorce many years ago that really, I mean, it knocked me financially completely upside down. I had to reinvent myself, and I did that overseas in another country where the money there was great, but then when I came back here, I was basically broke. So that fear, the fear frequency is what got me off my mission, so to speak. And still, interestingly enough, that put a fire under my butt because I was tired of struggling financially, and so I developed some mad skills. And in the process, those skills have come back around full circle to support my life purpose. So I'm giving an illustration to begin to come into answer the question, how do we stay grounded in our life purpose? And the first thing is we have to know what that life purpose is. And if life purpose is what we define it to be, then that means it can take different iterations over time. It can look differently. So connecting with and staying connected with life purpose is a spiritual discipline. It's the discipline of meditation and prayer and asking for support from our guides and reminding ourselves that this is one act in a play of eternity, and reminding ourselves that everything we see out there is created from in here. So if the stuff that's showing up out there is not to our liking, if it's stress and struggle and conflict, then what inside here is stress and struggle and conflict? What shadow material do we need to clear out that's blocking us from staying grounded in our mission? I hope this is making sense. Okay, let me just reconnect here. So staying grounded in life purpose. I feel like this is leading into the next piece, which is letting go and letting life flow. So there's the grounding, which is, you know, again, what is your life purpose? It's what you define it to be. It's not a modality. It's a greater, like, what's the legacy I want to leave? So for me, the legacy I want to leave is helping women to feel more empowered, to reclaim their personal sovereignty financially, emotionally, materially, relationship-wise, so that they're not in the old paradigm of power over or one way or the other, victim dominator stuff. But how that has showed up has been in different ways, so that's staying connected. But then we have to go with the flow to see, wow, what is showing up in my field right now as an opportunity? So that's why I said, you know, I've been a copywriter, I've been a marketing strategist, I've been a martial artist, I've been a feminist teacher, I've been an astrologer and tarot reader and a retreat leader, and now all of those things are coming together. And it was when I got attached to one particular avenue as the path, triggered by fear, usually fear around money, that was my thing, that I got out of flow and ungrounded with my mission. So Susan, I hope that helps bring this in. I'm not giving specific answers because we are each unique. I think if we want to dial in the specifics, they're the things that we know. What do we do to stay connected with our higher self, our divine self? Meditate, prayer, physical exercise, connect with nature, disconnect from media, from social media, throw your TV away because that is programming to keep you in fear. Breathe, and use healing modalities to do your shadow work and to clear your energy field. And if you were watching me in Bali, you know I talked quite a bit about frequency and sound healing and breath work and that sort of thing. And that I work a lot with people with their shadow material, using NLP to get at the programming in the subconscious mind that's tripping us up over and over and over again and keeping us from actually taking action in the right directions because we're doing unconscious old habits based on toxic information when we were young or misprogrammed information. Okay, so again, let me connect here. Where are we? I think the next piece, so we've talked about grounding, we've talked about going with the flow. And then the next piece is the wake-up calls for taking action. And this takes us back around to the first thing I talked about, which is non-dualism. That everything out there is actually being generated from in here, and often from the subconscious mind, which is why NLP is such a brilliant tool. Because when you change the programming in the subconscious mind, you change the way you show up in life, and life shows up for you differently. So, nonetheless, we get wake-up calls. Divorce, sickness, illness, sudden change in our work circumstance, being fired, or what do you call that when you're laid off? When the company doesn't need you anymore, when you become redundant. There were so many kinds of things, some kind of accidents, a crisis in the family. Some of you who watch me regularly, you know I had a big issue that came up for me in the summer with a family member who was quite mean to me, quite shocking. And all of these are wake-up calls. And so when we operate in the paradigm of dualism and victimization and disempowerment, we blame the external world. We say, we're a victim of circumstance. But when we look at the world from that non-dualistic perspective, that everything out there is being generated in here, then wake-up calls, these shocks to our system, to our lives, the things that shake us up, we have to take responsibility for and say, wow, what's going on in here that's creating that out there? And what is the lesson here? What is the lesson? What's the opportunity? And what's the gift? What's the gold when I get the lesson? Because this is the thing. When we get the lesson from the painful wake-up calls, it is the gold. It is the growth path. It's our edge. It's our leading edge of growth. So the wake-up calls sometimes are very unpleasant, and I have had a few of them in my day, and they are not fun. And if you are going through one of those right now, first of all, I want to offer you my compassion and my loving care for you, sending you love and blessings. And I want to invite you to ask your guides and angels for their support. There's a lot of support for you in the non-physical realms, from your guides and angels, and from those of us who maybe are just on the outside but offering love, offering Reiki healing, or just care, sending prayers of intention, lighting candles, that kind of thing. Those things matter. They make a difference. And then the next level, though, is to recognize, if I really look at this, and I look at the themes, and I do inner work, and maybe I go to a healer or a therapist to begin to reprogram my subconscious mind, to begin to change my inner world, that I can actually mine this wake-up call for gold that will put me to the next level of growth. And I can tell you without doubt that I have grown through intentional, happy circumstances. I mean, this experience at the Bali Spirit Festival and all the sound healing I've done and all of the breath work and the connections was positive growth without pain. And some of my most powerful, impactful leapfrogs of spiritual growth and release of old baggage and old crap that didn't serve me was through shocking wake-up calls. I don't believe it always has to be that way. However, I do know that we have at least 6,000 years of toxic programming in our lineages, and that's many generations of dominator culture, of fear programming, of hate programming, of enemy and dualistic oppositional programming. It's in everything. It's in everything we consume as entertainment and media. We're raised within in our families. It's in the dogmatic religions, the big religions, all of it. And so, of course, it's in there in the subconscious. It's in even at a cellular level because we're receiving it from our lineages. And so these things take time to heal and to clear. Not just to heal, but to clear. And so if you are going through a shocking wake-up call right now, first of all, take a breath. Hey, Taryn, welcome. Take a breath. Honor yourself. Ask for help from the non-physical realms. Ask for prayers and support from your loving friends. And then get some help to reprogram your subconscious mind, to heal and clear yourself, to do those healing modalities that will serve and support you so that you can use the wake-up call courageously to face whatever needs to be faced from within and take action toward your next level of growth. So, I've covered a lot in this video here. We looked at staying grounded in the life purpose, letting go and letting life flow. We looked at fear programming and lineage inheritance and reprogramming the subconscious mind and how to use wake-up calls to make change in your life. I think I want to save the messages about other people's energy, clearing your energy field, and maintaining energetic sovereignty for another video, because I covered a lot of ground already in this one, and I still have another video or two to make in some of my private Facebook groups. So with that, I'm going to leave this for now, and I want to ask everyone who watches this, please leave a comment. If you found value in this video, I ask for your support. Please leave a comment. Yeah, please pass some thumbs up to me, share some love. And if you know someone who would benefit from these messages, by all means, please share this with them. And after I publish this, I'll put my link for my free gifts on my website above. So you can click on that and get some free audios, get my access to my empowerment library. And what else? If you have burning questions that you would like me to address, please leave them in the comments section. If I don't have the answers, I probably have someone I can refer you to. Thank you, Susan. I'm so glad that you found value there. And I send you all, my dear friends on the other side of the planet now, bright blessings from the magical lands of crystalline Sedona. Until next time, much love. Mwah. See you tomorrow.